So here we are, the morning of the Tour de Blast. This is going to be the biggest ride I've been on to date. Been preparing a lot. It's 66 miles, 5,000 to 6,000 feet of elevation gain. Been working really hard to try and prepare for this. But as you can see, we are all loaded up, ready to rock and roll. Chronic overpacker, and think I might be taking too much stuff. Never ridden anything like this, and I'm afraid I'm going to break. Every time I don't take tools or spare parts, I break down and end up walking. So I have a small section of chain. I have 2 quick links, 2 spare tubes. Let's see what else. Obviously chain pliers, chain breaker, all that kind of stuff. Then some nutrition. Going with 2 bags, a frame bag and a bar bag, which I expect to see bikes out there with nothing except for 1 water bottle. I'm taking 3 water bottles. I overthink these things, but we're gonna see what happens today, and my goal is 7 hours. Let's see if we can do it. So here we go. Here we go. Tour de Blast 101. Mile 1. Let's rock and roll. The dang headwind. I'm guessing 5-10 miles per hour. But that's the name of the game, right? All right, 11 miles in, 47 minutes, and
got about 1,200-ish feet to gain in the next 9 miles. So up and away we go. Sign, rest stop ahead, hour 37. I'll get goal number 1, yeehaw. A little bit of rest down the hill. right, so here we are, Coldwater. Normally, right out there, you'd be able to see Mt St Helens. If I was a little later, an hour later, maybe this would burn off, but right here below us would be Coldwater Lake, and there is the Toutle River Valley, where the pyroclastic flow came down when the mountain blew. So a little leg stretch. Time to head back up the hill. There it is.
Six months ago, I decided to commit to training for this ride. My initial goal was to simply finish before the finish line closed. As I began training with my trail bike, big climbs on my gravel bike, and ultimately 50-plus mile multi-surface rides, I began to see a real opportunity to challenge myself. 1 week prior to the event, I set two goals. First, arrive to the first rest stop 19 miles and 1,500 vertical feet within 2 hours. I arrived in 1 hour and 45 minutes. My second goal was to finish within a 7-hour elapsed time. I arrived at the finish line in 6 hours and 58 minutes. I knew both of these goals would require me to push past just a comfortable ride, but rather push into a level of discomfort I'm not accustomed to. I'd like to first thank my wife for putting up with my training schedule in which I committed to. I know it took away our normal downtime in the evenings and Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons. The last 2 months of my training turned into 4 rides per week. I'd also like to thank all the volunteers who make this ride happen each year. This is the first time riding it, but I have a feeling I will be striving to beat my time year over year. I'm now setting my sights on a 106-mile ride from the foothills of the Cascade Range, ending in the Columbia Gorge. Who's up for the challenge? Let's make it a party.